you might happen to be. My name is Ghost Dog. Give you a second. It has been a while. It has been a while. Okay. See if anybody remembers me. It has been a long while since I've done a live. I just haven't been feeling good to do live. Actually, I should be doing this live, but we're kind of desperate in this house. So I figure I'd give it a shot. I don't know if anybody will help us or not. I really don't. I think I've overwhelmed my asking for help. But all I can do is try. Try to raise like 30 bucks. That's all we need. We got 3 days before we get food funds, and honestly, if you look at our refrigerator, we got nothing. If you look at our covers, all we got is pastas, but nothing to go with it. Absolutely nothing to go with it. So we're kind of in a bad spot. So I'm hoping somebody out there can help us out. I really do. I've done ask all my friends. Makes it bad. It's like what, 2 days before the end of the month. I just went to the restroom and I passed out, almost passed out, about 90% passed out. But I managed to stay on my feet. But I tell you what, I was struggling, really struggling, and I have no idea why I'm so dizzy right now. try to remake my bed, and it took me almost 10 minutes because I couldn't stand. I was blacking out. I am not in a good way. Tomorrow, I gotta reschedule doctor's appointment. Figure out what the hell's going on with me. I want to work so fucking bad. It's not funny. But if you can't even friggin' walk downstairs to the kitchen without having to not worry about passing out, I just, I'm so pissed. I'm a freaking grown man, you know. It, it, it really, really drives me nuts that I can't do shit right now. Sorry, I'm trying to see what this. No, I don't. I'm sorry. Awesome epic adventure. Sorry, I'm not get all excited like I used to do. No, I'm not doing good. I don't know if you've heard lately. I've got nodules on my kidneys. Got issues with my kidneys. I got issues with my lungs. I got nerve damage on my left side, which I'm taking uh, gapatine or gapacine or something like that. Uh, I've been passing out. I passed out here a few weeks ago, where I actually split my eye. I literally just blacked out. I was going to the neighbors, and I remember opening up their screen door, and I remember turning the knob for their inner door, and the next thing you know, I hear my name being called out, and I was waking up. The first words that came out of my mouth is, "Where were you? Where was I?" And I was flat on my face, and I split my own eye with my own knuckles. I fell like this, and I remember kind of turning my head and say, "What's wrong with my eye?" Because I could feel something. And they said, "Your eye's bleeding." So yeah, I've passed out, blacked out at least 3, 4 times now. Uh, like I said, I just went to the restroom, and not total blackout or pass out, but I was definitely 90% there. It's crazy. I don't know what's going on right now. I know my lungs are fucked up. I only got half the lungs to work with, and it doesn't help. I got cataract. This eye is completely gone, and this eye is like 70, 80%. That's why I got to use my phone just to see what you guys are saying. Let's see. What did she do to me? She didn't do anything. That's just it. You know, she didn't do anything. If it wasn't for the girls, really trying to help me out, uh, I probably wouldn't have a lot of stuff. I've been, I've more or less quit drinking soda. I started drinking a couple sodas because I've been drinking so much water. Uh, my electrolytes are gone. It just, I'm screwed. I really, really am. Honestly, and to be absolutely freaking honest, I'm prepared for the end. Things are not getting better. They are not getting better. If anything, it's getting worse. And I'll be honest, I'm scared. I I'm scared. For Christ's sake, I'm only 57 years old. I've got a lot of people I want to meet in my life yet. I just, I'm not ready. You know, I'm not ready. Can't get the car fixed because I can't see what the fuck I'm doing to fix it. That's all right, brother. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. You know why I'm on here, Eddie. And like I said, and I'm sorry, guys, that I only do lives where that I'm looking for money. I just don't have the energy anymore. I just don't have the energy to do lives anymore. And it isn't just that I can't see the chat. Like I said, I'm using my phone just to frickin' see what the hell you guys are writing. I can't see. And and I said it before, and Eddie will agree with me to a point. Doing fundraisers is tiring. It's bullshit. It's demoralizing. It destroys you. So I'm only coming on if it's absolutely 100% we need help, and that's all there is to it. Like right now, the only reason I'm coming on here is we got 3 more days before our food stamps EBT, which Eddie, I don't know why you guys were making a joke about that. A lot of people absolutely depend on those. I watched your live about that. I don't know what that was about, but anyways, we got 3 days before we could finally get some food. We literally and basically have nothing in the house. I mean, we got pasta's up the yin yang, but we got nothing to go with it. Absolutely nothing to go with it. And I just I've got to do. If there's anything I can't work, I can't walk more than 100 feet without almost passing out. As a matter of fact, a couple of weeks ago or a week or so ago, I went to the store for something. I wanted to get out of the house because I haven't been really out of the house in over a month. And I said, you know what, I'm going to get out. And so the neighbors took me to the store, parked the car, got back, parked the car, and I started walking, and I almost passed out. I actually had two neighbors actually had to hold me up and walk me back to the house. And I was crawling to get back into the freaking house. That's how bad it was. And like I said, tonight, just go to the bathroom. I was passed out twice. I don't know why. I tried making my bed earlier. I was passed out. It almost took me 10 minutes. I don't know what the fuck's going on with me. I don't know what the hell's going on with me. So I definitely can't work. I can't see to drive. The car is not working yet. And I'm not going to get rid of the car because it's a simple wire issue. I just can't see to do the wiring. If I could freaking see what the hell I'm doing, the car would probably be running because the car is done. I've got the new transmission in there, the new clutch, everything's in there, new rocket pinions in there, new everything. We even got a new ECM. For all intents and purposes, the car should run. But for some reason, there's a wire either broken, not connected, or whatever. It's preventing the car from starting, even turning the accessories on. We got power going to the fuse box. You could see that, but it just ain't going through the fuse box. And like I said, because I can't see shit, and I apologize for my language, I can't fix it. And I was talking to Sage earlier. We were talking to somebody. There's a mechanic out there that you pay them $50 an hour, and they'll supposedly come out and try to fix the car. Well, we're scared with that. We want to take it to a garage. How much is it going to take to get a tow truck and take it to a garage? And then how much is the garage going to charge? We don't have that money. We've been out of work since January and have no extra income coming. The only income that we got right now is SSI for Colleen, and 100% of that money goes to the rent. Matter of fact, we're short. If it was just Colleen, we'd be out of here. Thank God Sage is working, is able to cover the rest of the rent. And she's literally covered the bills. The internet bill, the water bill, the heating bill, electric bill. Sage is paying all that. She hasn't had anything, been able to buy anything personal. I'm over here beating myself up, getting depressed, more and more depressed, because I can't do shit. You know, right now TikTok's got this thing. Hey, if you're on TikTok, you can make $120 a day just by watching TikTok. I can't see it to do it, to sign up for it. Because that's what I spend most of my day. I sit in this fucking bed just scrolling through TikTok. And it's more listening to TikTok than really seeing anything. But I do spend hours on it because I don't got nothing else to do. So yeah, we're just trying to, if we could get like $30, we'll have enough, buy enough lunch meat, and buy some bread, and it will get us through the 3 days. We've been so tight on food the last week or two. It ain't gonna be no big deal to be tight 3 more days, but we just need something. We need something. So yeah, if you can help out, my pay links are up there, my PayPal, my Cash App, even my Venmo's up there, and they all do work. But like I said, I've asked all my friends, and it's the end of the month, and people are tight. Don't misunderstand me. Don't misunderstand me. I understand exactly what's going on out here. It's just been really fucked up. Even though everybody says, "Oh, economy's doing better and prices are lowering," yeah, maybe for the rich people, but for us, you know, lower class and low class people, it ain't doing shit for us. Our wages aren't going up. Uh, SI wages ain't going up. Nothing's going up except for, well, I don't know, food's going up because I haven't been able to go regular grocery shopping in a long fucking time because we can't get a ride. Everybody's freaking working. They're working one, two, three jobs nowadays just to fucking make a living. It's just absolutely just driving me fucking nuts. What's going on in this world? So let me catch up to see what you guys said. All right, brother. I will look at it. I haven't seen it. I wasn't even checking. Eddie, you already told me that. I understand. Did you ever get your radiator? All right, I will. Give me a second. By the way, how's my grandbaby? Oh, mate. What the hell? You did that. Dude, that must have cost you an extra 10 freaking dollars. Brother, I want to know how your baby is. How's my grandbaby? And yeah, I say my grandbaby because I told them a long time ago. First of all, Awesome Epic Adventure are my kids. I love them. I've known them for years. They are good people. If Bree's there, tell her hugs and kisses from granddad. Uh, I pray to God you're doing good. Uh, Last I talked to you, you were going to school, and Bree was having a baby, or just had the baby. And I remember, you remember JoJo? JoJo just had a baby a couple of months ago. I miss everybody. I truly do. I miss everybody. I ever since January, believe it or not, January after our car broke down, is when everything has gone to shit. I mean, I could see I was fine. I didn't have any issues except for the car breaking down. You know, and with the car, because we didn't have any money because we literally just paid off everything, uh, and we're working, but we weren't worried about it. We weren't asking people for help. You know, you look back, we just didn't ask for any because we were working, we were making money. DoorDash was good, and so we didn't have to bother. But January, we literally just paid off our bills, everything we needed to owe. So we didn't have anything. But again, like I was saying, we weren't worried. We weren't worried because she was out and I was getting ready to get to work myself because I worked the night shift. And next thing you know, she calls me and says the car's not moving. I'm like, what are you talking about? She says the clutch is gone. I'm like, what are you talking about? We just replaced that clutch not even a year ago. Well, sure as shit, the clutch went out on it. And it wasn't the clutch, it was actually the slave cylinder that blew up. It literally blew up like a grenade. And it was shredded. But we didn't have any money. Matter of fact, the car was sitting at a gas station, truck stop, 4 miles away. We didn't even know how to get the car back. We didn't know anybody with a truck or something like that. So immediately we had to do fundraisers just to get enough money to get the car towed back. And then we had to try to figure out what was wrong with it. Had to do fundraisers just to get parts. And then, thank God, there was one guy out there who literally gave us thousands of dollars. About $4,000 total is what he ended up getting. But he paid our rent. He paid our bills. He paid for our food. He paid for a lot of shit. He paid for the parts of the car. If it wasn't for him, we'd probably still be looking for parts for the car. And God bless his soul. And, it wasn't just him. There was other people that really helped out. People came together like no one's business, And I'm so grateful. This family is so grateful for that. We had to get tools that we didn't have. And we ended up getting that. So God bless that. But now, after almost a year, 10 months later, I don't blame people for not helping out. I really don't. Matter of fact, Kelly and I kind of talk about it all the time. He says, we don't blame people anymore because I'd be in the same boat. It's like this guy was constantly going on almost every day looking for money. And I get tired of it. Even though they're good friends, you get tired of it. And I understand that. And I really do. We want to work. Colleen has been busted. Matter of fact, we had a chance for like 2 or 3 days. Colleen was able to borrow the neighbor's van to actually go door dashing. And they went out for like 3 days, And that was going to work. It was working out great. They went like 4 or 5 hours at a time. Made enough money to take care of, immediate stuff. And the next day, the neighbors was driving her van and she got in a wreck, totaled the van out, and there went the door dashing. So we're back to square one. We do anything to go to work. Me, like I was complaining about earlier, I want to work. I really wish I could work. If I could get somebody to set this freaking TikTok thing up, I'd probably make they're saying watch 2 or 3 hours of TikTok, you make about $120. It's something like that. It's like, shit, if that's only 2 hours and they're making $100, what's it going to be like 8, 10, 12, 15 hours? Because that's what I do. I literally do nothing but sit in the bed and listen to TikTok. I could probably make $400 or $500 a day, but I can't see to set it up. And my equipment's so old, I don't think it will set up. Give me a second. Yeah, I'm in a really, really bad way. It is really, my family, we're good till we're about 70, 80 years old. Oh man, you got? Do you still are on? Are you still on TikTok? Do you still follow me on TikTok? Because I would love to get some pictures. I want to see those baby pictures, my grandson's baby pictures. Yeah, I'm on my bed. Well, I don't have to ask for money because thanks to Awesome Epic Adventure, they done did it. So now we can just talk for a little bit. I miss you guys. I so miss. I used to have fun. With Awesome Epic Adventures. Remember doing the dice and games and trivia stuff. I miss watching Awesome Epic Adventures trivia shows and stuff like that. And that hurts too. I was talking to a friend of ours. I don't know if you remember Jenny Smith. Uh, we were talking and or chatting, and she's like, "Do you remember so like PETA, PETA? I don't remember a PETA. I really don't. But apparently she was very active, and she disappeared. Nobody knows what happened to her. It's funny. Awesome Epic came up here because I literally was thinking about you the other day. I saw your name in my ex, and I was like, man, I wonder how they do it. But I didn't want to reach out to you because I know you guys just had a child and we're looking for work and going to school and stuff like that. And I didn't want to bother you guys. I really did. Besides, I didn't know if you were still following me or not. But that was the biggest thing. Are they still following me? Because a lot of people stopped following me because of this freaking car. I mean, they might still follow, but they don't interact anymore. I get a lot of lurkers. I got new enemies. I think that's all I do. I have TikTok. Yeah, and it was. I this I was thinking about it earlier. This Halloween. I did what was it, like 2, 3 years in a row. You guys were doing Halloween stuff, and the last one, wow, you guys were getting some activity, and I was really hoping to go back to that same cemetery because folks, they were getting some legit shit, and they're not paranormal hunters, folks. They don't. That's not what they do. They don't have equipment for it. They don't do nothing with it. But they went one night, just kind of a something to do on a Halloween night or October night, and man, were they get some activity. No. Oh, brother. No. Oh my gosh. Well, we'll all pray for you. Hope things could get back together. That's just, oh man. No. Well, it's not my place to ask questions. I mean, if you want to privately get a hold of me, that's fine. But I'm not going to drag your drag your personal issue on my life. Well, tell mom hello. Oh my God, that actually hurts a little bit. Not in a million years. But hey, the good thing is you're still young. And I know you guys were so in love. That's just evidence of your past lives and stuff like that. And you got a child involved. Again, I don't know what happened. I'm not going to ask questions. It's not my business to get into your business, especially on a live show. But I pray, I really do pray, things work out and you guys could get reunited again because you guys were the couple, period. You really were. You were the couple. And a lot of people could look up to you. It just, oh my gosh. My heart, brother. Oh my gosh. Well, who's got the dog? There's a dog involved too. Well, brother, like I said, I'm on Facebook. I'm on uh, uh, Twitter slash X now. And I do have you on my X. You're in there. So do you want me to try to shoot you a message, see if it goes through? Uh, I don't know otherwise how to. You know what? Uh, trying to figure out what my. You still got your Facebook. All right. Well, on my Facebook, let me see what my name is. All right. This will be my Facebook. Send me a friend request and we'll chat on there. Maybe we use FaceTime. Well, like I said, who's got the dog? Gotcha. I just sent a message saying I gotcha. So we're tied in now. And I feel honored that you thought you think that I can give you spiritual guidance. Uh, I try to, but remember, I go off of feelings, and sometimes I speak from the heart, and I speak bold, and I speak what's on my mind. A lot of people don't like to hear it, but a lot of them in the long run end up finding out, yeah, I was right. And I'm not going to turn around and say I got this big ego and I'm always right. I know what the hell I'm talking about because no, I'm not. I'm not no freaking genius. I don't have an IQ. I'm not a guru or anything like that. I just go by my feelings, by experience, and yeah, I got some gifts that I can read people and stuff like that. I get a feeling and stuff like that, but I'm not kind. I'm not intelligent enough that I could come up with these real beautiful words and stuff like that to say. I know I'm just blunt. I go right to it and say, hey, you need to get your shit together and do this and this and that. I'm going to tell you that, and that's exactly how I'm going to tell you. I'm not going to sweet tooth you. It's like, have you thought about looking at yourself, your inner self? I'm not going to do that shit because you already know that. You guys aren't stupid. And that's one thing I despise marriage counselors. I really do. They're there just to make freaking money. You know, find out whose fault it is, find out why it happened, and see what you can do to fix it. If you can't fix it, bye. There is no putting somebody in the corner and saying, "All right, time out." No, there is no time out in divorces and separations and breakups and stuff like that. You need to get your shit together, figure out what happened. And that's the biggest problem is, and usually the hardest thing is try to get together, because you got to have a down time. If you're able to talk right away, they'd right away sit down, figure out in public place where everybody feels comfortable and secure, and write out what the hell you think each other caused the issue, and then go from there. If you and you've got to be truthful with each other because if you're not, it will come back around, and they will find out that you were being truthful, and you're just making shit 10 times worse. You truly are. You got to be truthful, and if it hurts, what is it gonna matter? It's gonna make you're already separated. So you got to get the truth. You got to figure out what the hell happened, and not just guess. You got to be 100% sure this is why, and you got to understand each other's feelings. If you don't, what's the use of even getting together? Marriage is literally compromise, being faithful, being loyal, understanding each other, communication, yeah, of course, love, and being able to give and take a little bit. And the biggest one, trust. If you can't fulfill all those, your relationship's going to have an issue. You always got to be honest with each other. You truly do. No matter how much it might hurt, how bad it might sound, you've always got to be honest. You can't hide shit. Period. If one of you fuck up, gets drunk, goes out, or kisses a guy, or kisses a girl, you got to be honest about it. Yeah, it's going to hurt. It's going to hurt in the long run, too, if you don't say anything.
I love you so much.
I love you, Baba. That's my baby girl. She calls me dad. Technically, she is not my father. She is not my biological daughter, nor am I adopted her, but to her and her sister, I am their dad. Okay, so I know you're talking about the trust, and you know that. You know this. You're an intelligent man. You break a trust with anybody, even especially if it's with a significant other, that shit is either gone or it's going to be the hardest thing in the world to get back. And I don't care what kind of sweetness you try, that's going to take time. And the only way you could get that to get that trust is you got to have the time, but the other party has got to be able to give you that time to work it out. If the other party won't work with you, I'm sorry, man, it's not going to work. They got to at least let you try. Doesn't mean they have to trust you. All it means is they'll let you try to rebuild the trust within the relationship. And remember, it goes both ways. It goes both ways. May not seem like it sometimes, but it does go both ways at times, most of the time. So, and I understand her being scared because once you get hit once, it's hard to recoup, and you don't want to get hurt again. Because I'll tell you what, especially the relationship that you've been together for what years? You've had a kid together. You've had your ups and downs. In your young relationship, you've had more hurt in your family, in your relationship that anybody can shake a stick at. And I'm not going to get the reason and explain to everybody what has happened, but you know what I'm talking about. You want up, baby? Come on, Rocky. Come on. Up. There you go, baby. My Roxy girl wants up. Want it up. You've had, in your relationship, it's been tough. In the 5 years I've known you, or probably even longer, I know what you've gone through. And there's a lot of shit I don't know. And but I also know how strong your guys' love has been with each other. And that's why I told you earlier when you told me that, it hurts. It really hurts. And it hurts me because I know how strong your guys' love was. You were the young couple to look up to. I just, oh man. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent. Hey, you know what? I'm going to tell you this right out, and any psychiatrist or therapist will tell you the same thing. Any counselor will tell you the same thing. Even if you were to manage to get back together and stuff like that, don't think that trust is going to be there. Even though they say they trust you, they will never, ever 100%. It will be a 99 at the best. It will never be 100%. And you've got to face that fact. And that's what makes it really hard for couples to get back together. When they do get back together, they try to give it a shot. You've always got at least 1% they will never, ever truly trust. It's gone. It's burnt. It's like a candle. You burnt off a little wax, and you'll never get that back. I don't care if you were together, got married, and stayed together for the next 50 years. There will always be that 1% gone. It's just, that's what's sad about breakups. That's what's sad about divorces. And then people think, oh, we'll just get back together. We're 100%. No, you're not. You're just lying to yourself. You'll never, ever, ever, ever be 100%. But just because you're not, doesn't mean you can't make your relationship work for the rest of your life. It's 1%. So you've got to keep that in mind, though. So if one partner questions something, don't fight it. Don't use the older. What's the matter? Don't you trust me? Don't ever do that. That's the fastest way to end that relationship in a heartbeat. You know women, and no offense, but you know women, they hold on to shit, and if you bring it up, They'll pull that shit out of their suitcase so damn fast and slap it in your face, you won't even know what hit you. Well, I'm not talking about just one side. I'm talking in general. I'm talking for both sides because I can't do that. I can't. I love you, Andrew, so much. You know I do, and you know I love Bree so much. I'm not gonna sit here and take one side or the other. Get that? I hope anybody understands that. Just because males stick together. No, I don't do that. I love both of you guys. I always have and always will. And I will defend both of you guys. But don't ever think I'm going to take one side or the other because that would be wrong on my part. So when I talk shit like this, I'm talking for both sides, not just one side. And some people, if they get upset about that, they're like, well, I thought we were bros. I don't give a fuck. If there's a couple and I love you both as much as I love Bree and Andrew, nope. I'm not going to divide myself over one or the other. In my heart, you both will always be my children. Even though you're in a whole different continent. I have a grandson. Who has him? I don't know. But I have a grandson. And like I said, I cared. I've said this multiple times in the past. Bree and Andrew are my kids as far as I'm concerned. And I love them both unconditionally. And if I were able to, I'd do anything for them. And that's why I said it hurts when you were telling me this. I understand the male perspective of stuff, but, don't throw shit at me. Get that light out of my eye. Thank you.
Now, like you had one right there. That one's also bright too.
I don't have. Oh, you're talking about my lap. What? You sure you want? You sure you want to bring that up on there? DNA test. Do that DNA test. Get that done ASAP. Don't let that frickin' eat you up because that will eat you up in a heartbeat. And it eats deep. It buries deep. You got to get that answer ASAP. Don't even think twice. Just get it done. If you don't, it's going to tear you apart. Absolutely going to tear you apart. Oh no, don't sweat it, brother. I'm 57. I've been through a lot of shit. You know what hurts me the most? It's just hearing that you guys are separated. That's the only thing that really hurts me the most. But what you're saying a little bit here and there, and now this new revelation. I'm telling you right now, don't even think twice. I'm telling you tomorrow, set up a frickin' DNA testing. Get that done. You got to know. You got to know now. Because if you don't and you let it ride, it's gonna tear you apart, and it's gonna really fuck with you. You know, good or bad, at least you know.
I forgot to get my water.
You got to get your water. So, like I said, chat to me on Facebook more, and we'll talk more on Facebook about that. But seriously, dude, you got to find out. Don't, if it's a question, you got to find out. You know, take it from experience. I was DNA tested, and I thank God I did, because for years I was told it was mine. It was mine. It was mine. Well, we did the DNA test, and I found out it was not mine. Thank God I kept denying it was mine the whole time, so it didn't affect me as much. Wow. Well, were you talking about moving away? 2,000 kilometers. What's that? Like 1,000 miles? Was she on the other side of the continent? What the fuck? Well, you know you can get DNA from anything. If you got any old brushes of hers or anything like that with hair follicles, you can use that too. Even though swabbing is the best. Jesus Christ. How the fuck? Wow. I've heard people wanting to move away because of, a bad situation, but that's usually like, another town, not across the frickin' continent. Jesus Christ. Sorry, Lord, but Jesus Christ. Because you were over there by, what, Queens? Queensland or something like that? What you do? Move out with the aborigine? You know what I'm trying to say. Wow. Holy cow. Well, like I said, you do have my Facebook, so definitely uh, message me. We'll talk. What else am I going to do until I can't see anymore? Uh, period. I mean, Colleen and Sage now, they're the ones that help me cook. I mean, it wasn't for them. Like, I love bacon, right? And I can't cook the bacon anymore because I'll burn it. Matter of fact, the last couple times I tried to make anything that had meat that you had to cook in a pan, I end up burning it. So, oh well. Well, I hate to do this, uh, but I got to use the restroom, and it's going to take a minute or two. So I don't want to put you guys through that. Besides, I don't think they make clothespins anymore. But like I said, cute kitty kitty, I hope everything goes well with you. Eddie and Jen, thank you for stopping by. Andrew, definitely message me on Facebook. We'll talk and pray to God things work out. But 2,000 miles away, Jesus Christ, I don't even know what to say about that. That's, wow. 2,000 kilometers, holy shit. All right, folks, I'm going to get my ass out of here. Andrew, again, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Bless you. I love you, man. Everybody, I want you all to stay safe, stay blessed. Definitely keep it between the lines. I will yap at you all later. I hope the next time I come on, it's not looking for money. It's just yip. It's late at night here, and I am kind of tired. So, but I do have to use the restroom, or we're gonna have a mess in this bed. Love you guys. How do I end this show? I can't remember how to end the show.